Right, something a bit different this week. Okay. Welcome back to MK Sportscars. Well, we're back in the workshop this week. And what we're on with? Well, we're on with Yamaha R1 time. So the MC car has been through the IVA process. Another one that's finally passed through the process here. And we're just set about now doing some post-IVA stuff on it for the customer. One of the things we're just going to be doing, putting the stripe pack on it. It's going to have the black stripe pack put onto this, which is going to be similar to what you see on the orange car there, actually. And they do look rather sharp. It really transforms the car, actually, breaks it up. I mean, it makes it look going faster already. So a couple of things that we've done that's slightly different on this that you see on bonnet catches. Let's talk about bonnet catches while we're here. So bonnet catches, these are the new ones we do. We do them in silver or black. These are lockable. So they're very secure. If you're worried about it, you're doing much track action, especially when these lock down, these cannot come up. They have a little lock tab here, which is very nice. Now, if you want to put them on for IVA process, there is a little rubber cap that goes over there for IVA to cover for the 2.5mm radius sharp edge test, which we know, or the standard rubber catches, which is over here. These are what are standard. Obviously they're IVA compatible, but they don't have any lock on them. Popular choice, but these new ones definitely obviously are more secure in the process, especially doing a lot of track work, I suppose, and you're worried about it. So we use them on the Cup car here. So the Cup car here, you can see we've just got the standard silver ones on it here. We use them on. You can see the lock quite clearly on this now, and then when it pops in, it can't come undone. So a couple of different things. We've got, in fact, we've got all of those in stock. Silver, black, all the other ones, all in stock. So if you're looking to do it, or you're looking into your build, or you're looking to upgrade, those are 3 bonnet catches available. Bum, bum, bum! This is the black Panther. Right, here we are, another build that's sitting here, hashtag Alex build. This is going to be a Busa car, Sport 200 is it's going to be classed as, which is basically a Hayabusa engine powered, that's going to be in here. We love the Hayabusa engine, as you know. It's going to have the 80 throttle body on it, it's going to have the billet sump system on it, so you've got the central gear lever, etc. all on it. But at the moment, what we're doing is front ends all together, radiator package all together, oil cooler package all together, steering racks in, 2.4 quick rack on this one. All the rockers, push slide. This is the new headlight type bezel thing that we're doing now as well. It's the first one actually. It's going to be a bolt on affair, bolts off this bracket here. Comes up, we'll have the headlight here and the little indicator poking out the front. So this as well, by measurements that we've done, will be IVA compatible as well, rather than welding off of this section here. We could be doing that on all the Cup and Sport 200 factory built cars basically. Front end's pretty much together here. We've got the cross Jordan good disc, billet uprights, wheel with calipers, similar to what we showed you on the Westfield conversion we do, but it's our version of billet upright, which is slightly different with a rose joint, and we put an M14 bolt through the top here. All bonded bush wishbones as well. Going now. Moving round to the shiny stuff, we like a bit of shiny. We've got the billet pedal box, the MK branded pedal box in there. Always looks trick and always bias adjustable. Down in here, can adjust the brake bias in there for those of you who haven't seen it before. I love them, really nice feel on your feet, got good feel to them, and the accelerator being spring loaded makes a huge difference. No floppiness, no slack, no play in there as well. Running through, prop shafts in, electric reverse motor and sprocket is all in there. The guys are just going to connect the handbrake up because the handbrake cable has gone in, and differentials in. Like I showed you earlier, this is basically more or less a brand new differential that's in here. All new brand new drive shafts. Rear uprights in. These are our bonnet bush with rose jointed and quick camber change on here for camber and, well, there's camber change here and toe out here. And then down on this section here, you've got the flanges here for the, well, to start over, this is having the 253 discs. We do a smaller disc version as well, but change, but these flanges are 28 spline all ready to go. Fuel tanks pretty much buttoned in as well. So it's cracking on, it's going to be a nice car, it's black all the way through. Right, Westfield time, we've pretty much finished with this build. We spoke about it last week, a couple of little things that we've got left to do, but basically waiting on IVA date now. So we've applied, put the paperwork in for this, went in the application, little 2 litre Z-tec, can't see any problem with it normally. We just got to do a final emissions check on it, which we always do sort of a few days beforehand, just to make sure everything is spot on, run it through the process. But yes, a nice, clean, tidy build. Couple of things that we've had to do differently for IVA, and we'll put on, it's got the crash pad still to go on, but we'll do that afterwards, because it's, unfortunately, when it's supplied with Westfield, there's a crash pad that goes all the way along here. They supply it, but they don't take into account that when you mount this dashboard, it doesn't fit, basically. So this crash pad, which is here, you can't put it on. It hits there. So it's not going to fit. So we've just got to figure that one out a little bit, but a little bit of modification to do on that, but that's it. It's just a simple process of fettling and modelling on that one. So yeah, that's ready to go. They do a similar thing. We've got here for IVA, don't forget, covering up the sharp edges, little pockets here that we've got sewn up and put on for IVA. Helps with the rattling of that as well, actually, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's getting buttoned up, a few bits to do, got some locks, because there's some parts missing in the car, got some locks to put on the boot cover here, which will, nice simple process, but yeah, it's looking clean, tidy, just wait for the date now. Right, here we are guys, CUP200 times up on its axle stands. Just a little bit of maintenance work after its last outing, because it's getting ready for MSD Live, and it's also done its magazine debut. Now, if you subscribe to Complete Kit Car magazine, which I'm sure a lot of your readers do already, and video people will follow us, then there's a good feature in here that Jack and his team and Adam have done. There's a nice couple of cover shots in here as well, which I'll lay down there. But yeah, subscribe to them. They always keep us up to date on the latest of what's going on in the news, obviously about our cars, but many people in the industry. It's a great magazine. I can't wait for it to land on my doorstep. But the second thing on this, we've done a little promo video on the CUP200, and do you know what? Let's roll that tape. Right, I hope you enjoyed the little program there on the CUP200 car. Well, now we move into something very different, actually. I've got massive trailer envy. Have a look at this. Right, something a bit different this week. We got diffs. What we got here, well, this is a 362 diff. It came out of a Caterham, actually. You can tell normally, because with a Caterham, you have to chop this part off here. There's one down here, another one. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger. This would hit the DD on beam in a Caterham. What it is the bolts have come loose when it was in the car, and it snapped one of the corners off of the diff. Can't remember if it's top or bottom. One of the two anyway got snapped off, basically. It's a service that we can offer. We can get them done. It's fully reconditioned diff now. Had new bearings, new seals, shop blast casings, everything's done. All the whole lot, fully refurbished. It looks brand new, doesn't it? Even down to the pickup breather pipe here, all new, ready to go in and plug in on it. New magnetic seals. I mean, it is effectively, apart from the casing in it and the bits, the crown wheel and pinion, obviously, it's practically a brand new diff now. So nice and smooth in there. But yeah, if you look into that, you've got problems with diff or you want them refurbished, we can offer that as a service. Of course, pick up a phone call, email. If you have to send a Facebook message, we'll take that too. Right, well, switching gears. Gearbox time, I'm full of them this week. This is all Anna, by the way. Type 9 gearboxes, this is another service. If you're looking to get into that and you want a refurbishment, we can do that. We can also put in the long first gear. There's another, as you can see, this, new seals, new bearings, it's had quite a bit of work done. Depends on what condition the inside is on your gearbox, where we need selector faults or gears or upgrading, etc. But generally, it's a service we can offer. You say it comes back in, it looks basically brand spanking new. Yeah, they're a good little gearbox. You know what? It's the lightest gearbox in the world. Look at that. I think they're like sub 30 kilos these. So it's very small, very compact. It was the go-to gearbox for fitting in kit cars. Obviously, things have moved on now. A lot of Mazda MX-5 gearboxes are used, but still a great product. And if you're looking to get it refurbished, just hook us up with a phone call, email, or that Facebook message. Right, here we are, Indy RR time, S2000. Hashtag John's car. Well, freshly built car. We come in here, we're just doing some winter work for it. Going to be having a pair of seats put in till it's coming out. It's having a pair of seats and harnesses put in it because it was a single driver car, but now it's going to be prepped and ready. A new fuel tank is going to be going in. We're going to be changing the fuel tank over to a different design, baffled one in there as well. We're looking at putting the standard planning back on. We're not sure yet. We're going to keep the standard planning or put the throttle bodies back on. She wants to choose some slight mods. It's got a really nice Simpsons exhaust system on this. I don't know what that cost him. That wouldn't have been cheap, but they do make a very nice product. So it's a nice spec car, this. Indy R round tube chassis, FIA cage, billet front uprights, billet rear uprights, wheel with brakes all round, anti-roll bars. It's got all the bells and whistles on it. Makes good power, these S2000 engines as well. Running the Omex management on this as well. Killer car, and I think he's going to be actually putting this one up for sale. So if you're interested in this, you want to come down to here, have a look, have a see, have a sit, have a try. You could get your first name in the queue on it. Here we go then, G1000 time, K2. As you know, we did an engine swap out on this. It's all running now, which is great news. Got it all back up, everything seems to be tickety-boo. A couple of things when it was installed, obviously you start testing it, making sure. Had a couple of little leaks, unfortunately, where some gaskets have failed. Maybe it's an older engine or tighter engine that needed just a little bit of service. So a couple of gaskets that we're waiting for to come in on the back gear of the water pump. So standing here, you won't be able to see it, but standing there on the water pump. And also needed some new fire rings because the other ones were not up to the job. So some 42mm fire rings to go in here for the exhaust manifolds. It had a little blow down here, clean and prep that. So wait for those bits to come in, and then the car can be buttoned up, test driven, and get it back to the customer then. Right, here we are, Indy RR again, but this is a Z-tec turbo car. We've got come in having some work done on it. Nice car actually, very nice build. I mean, it's like a Formula 1 cockpit in here. Very nice with all the switch gear, all the knobs, AIM dashboard. It's a pretty tricky little setup in there actually. Looks tidy, doesn't it? Looks tidy, but we've been focusing on some other bits on this. It's got to have a cam belt done on it now. A couple other bits that we're going to be doing because it's got a seal leak on the cam inlet here, just on the front of the engine here. It's got an oil leak just there that we're going to be doing that at the same time as you do the cam belt. Might as well replace that at the same time. Headlights we've been on with, we've changed those out to our 5 3/4 LEDs with the halos in it. Originally it had these little dominators, 4-inch. Well, these are a couple of candles at night time. This is way better in terms of form and function and visibility, especially in anything, you know, sort of light, dark times. And then next couple of jobs is we've made a little cover here to, I know he's had some temperature issues and etc as well, to help it. Well, this will really help with the intake temperature. Once the bonnet's on, it's got some ventilation here, so have more of a cold air feed into this. At the moment, it was all blowing all the warm air straight into the induction, so intake temps would definitely be a lot higher. This will certainly help reduce the intake temps and help control. Obviously, we won't boost the colder the temperature, or bang for your buck. So it's all certainly helps with trying to keep this area cooler in that sense. So yeah, a couple more jobs to do on this, and then we get it buttoned up as well in the next week. We're just waiting for parts. Right, here we are, Westfield time. As you know, we're doing some bits and bobs on this car. Customer also wanted a bit of an upgrade. So we've gone with an upgrade. What is it on? It's on the brake discs. So this is a stock disc. That's on there. It's about 245mm in diameter, 10mm thickness. As you can see on the fitment here. So this is a standard smaller disc on it with a Westfield caliper. And what we do is we fit in this. So it's a bigger disc Much bigger disc actually, and you can see by the size difference alone, they're 20mm bigger, so it's a 265 below versus that. Quite a big difference in size, and we've fitted one on the other side already. Here's one we made earlier, so it's with a wheelwood caliper, changed the braided hose we have to on it, and it's a much bigger disc on there as well. So yeah, it's a brake upgrade kit that's very simple to fit really. It is a bolt-on process. It's something you probably could do at home in your own garage as well. We're not talking it's basic tools to actually do this, and then bleeding the brakes obviously afterwards, which is normally a two-man job rather than a one-man job. But yeah, simple little upgrade. So Adrian's on with that now, bolting it together. Right, chassis time. Well, another one has landed here. This is #Collins car. It's going to have a K20. The factory build that's starting very shortly on this one as well. We're just prepping the engine, getting that ready, but the chassis is here and landed. And you'll see this build progress as well. Love the K20 engine, that Honda engine, you know, 9,000 RPM, sings all over the place. But if you want to know more about the chassis, or you want to know where you are in the queue at this current time, well, you're up there this week. Right, as always, another busy week in the MK Sportscars workshop. We've got builds going on, we've got cars being repaired, we've got sump modifications, we've got gearboxes going in, we've got it all going on. But also, don't forget the CUP200, its last debut will be at the 4th and 5th November at MSD Live. So if you like what you see and want to catch us each week, like, share and subscribe. And guess what? Yes, we will catch you next week.